My bad. My bad, y'all. I actually forgot to put my little thing to charge and it died. That one was my fault. Yeah, my bad. Ellie, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Sorry about that. I forgot to put my thing to charge and it died. Cause it's kind of like a tablet. Yvette, ¿cómo estás? How are you? It's kind of like a tablet, and I left it unplugged and it wasn't charging and it just died. So my bad on that. That was my fault. Hey Poppy, what's up, Jazzy J? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? So my bad, everybody that got kicked out of the live. I forgot to put this thing to charge. My bad. My bad. Kristen, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Yozek, how are you? Great, we're back. Oh, absolutely. That was just my fault. That was a fuck up on my end. Hey, how are you? How was your day? My day was amazing. How are you? You good? Hey, thank you. Ellie, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Hi, it's been a while since I've seen your live show. Hey, well, welcome back, girl. Regia Roja. Love from Texas. What's up, Tristan? ¿Cómo estás? How are you? Hola, guapo. It's okay. Yeah, sorry about that. But we're going to get into the questions. Also, if I don't answer your guys' comment or questions through the comments, I'm not trying to ignore you. My bad on that. I accidentally forgot to charge my thing and it shut off. My bad. So I had to plug in the charger real quick and boot it back up. That was my fault. But it's charging now. Yes, it is charging now. It's my first time here. Well, welcome, Ellie. Prepare to have a good time. Okay, we're gonna have a great time. Toria, ¿cómo estás? How are you? I'm gonna start answering some of your guys' questions. You're in for a treat, girl. We don't do none of those battles, none of that other like dumb shit. Okay, we answer questions over here. And then this one, I actually just because I just got this one is why I added it on here. So we're gonna get into the questions. If I miss your guys' comments, I'm not trying to miss your comments. Okay, so all right, let's get into this. I don't know how this works, but I wanted to share with you since I have some good feedback all the time. Have you ever gotten but no hands, feet instead? I recently was told use your feet during a link. I did it and it kind of turned me on, watching how much it turned him on. So I started getting creative with my feet. Is that a thing? Or, I mean, clearly it is. Super freak. She's super freaky. And see, and that's why I mean there's nothing wrong with being a little freaky. You know what I mean? Like doing something with your feet. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. You got to get creative. You got to do different things because there's some people who absolutely would love that, and then maybe there's somebody else who would be like, why are you using your feet? Right? Again, don't be ashamed because you wanted to use your feet and it's not normal for other people. If you loved it and it turned you on, shit, keep doing it, girl. And if he absolutely loved him and he took him to another level, then keep doing it, girl. And if it's not for you, then it's not for you. Have I ever had a girl use her feet to rub one out for me? No. Has it ever, have I ever wanted to? Not really, I'm curious what she did. She probably just, put her feet together, like monkey style kind of, and then just went up and down probably. But hey, I can see how this is a huge turn on for somebody who likes feet. Right? Someone who has a foot fetish, because there's people who have foot fetishes out here and they probably get super turned on by it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Is it my thing? Nah, right? I've never been a person to prefer them to use their feet. Or how some people want to get pictures of their feet and stuff like that? Never been my thing. But hey, I'm glad you found something that you actually turned you on and really turned him on, because there's nothing wrong with that. You keep doing you, girl. Okay, let that freak flag fly. All right, let's get into the next one. I've broken 2 vibrators and I'm really and wet all the time. My BF is studying to be a nurse, so I hardly see him. This sucks. And when it's not the same. How can I get my man to F me more without getting in his way of his studies? P.S. We don't live together. Now, this is something you have to have a conversation with him. Be like, yo, I get it. You doing your thing, trying to become this, but your girl got needs. And why wouldn't he want to, right? I don't see it. And I get it. Sometimes school stresses you out and stuff like that. But being intimate should be some sort of a stress reliever, not something that's gonna, put more stress on you unless you're asking for a lot from him. But I don't even see how that would be a problem, right? I think time might be the issue. Time might be an issue, but that's why you can do it in the car real quick. And I'm sure they meet up at certain times. How come you guys don't hook up when you guys do meet up? You know what I mean? Like, say you guys meet up maybe once a week. Yo, tell them to like destroy you that one time that you meet up, right? Because to me, a lot of people say nurses are some of the biggest red flags. I'm not saying all nurses. I'm saying most nurses, you know, male or female. What if he met somebody at work, you know, or at school, and then he's getting it at school now? Again, I'm not saying that's what it is, but I'm saying that could also be an option. Is he getting it somewhere else? Probably. Z, car action, lunch break, absolutely. LeBay, how are you? Brenda, ¿cómo estás? See, it's either that, like, he met somebody at school and might be getting it somewhere else, or like you still need to have that conversation with him. Be like, yo, hey, I get it, you're doing your studies, but your girl got need. You wanted a girlfriend? Well, guess what? You got to take care of some things. Okay? He's smashing somebody else. See, he cheating. Así with my ex. See, wait, where can we send these questions? So the questions, it's closed off, but make sure you're following me on Instagram. That's where I put the link where you guys can ask questions and then they pop up here. But I personally think, I agree, I'm sure a lot of you guys agree too, that I'm not saying all nurses, male or female. I'm saying most nurses are red flags and they tend to cheat on each other, right? And especially with the doctors too. Like, you know, I've had conversation with different nurses, and let's just say that they get around. Not all of them, but they get around. So, tu gorra está perrona, I love it. Hey, thank you. Shout out to Low Supply. I also got my little Rex from Rugrats. If you know, you know. I heard that if the cookie is good, call it good for a while. Is that true? I agree the medical field is a red flag. I think most people in general cheat. True. IG Live disconnected. It says it's still on over here. Oh, I couldn't find the link. Oh my God, I love the Rugrats. Wow. IG is still good, right? If you're talking about a little bit earlier, my system shut off because I forgot to charge it, and then I had to restart it because I had to plug it in and turn it back on. But that was my fault. That's why it disconnected earlier. So, I mean, they say it's working over an IG. So, all right, perfect. We're going to get into the next question. All right. Why most men only want to have S with me or make comments like you're out of my league? Now, I get what you're saying. It's a little, you know, not written properly. But if they give you comments like you're out of my league, but they're trying to pursue you, sometimes they give comments like that because they want to, like, one, they're trying to get some sort of like reassurance from you, be like, no, I really want you, or they're gonna use that as the excuse to leave, if that makes sense. They'll be like, oh, well, I know you're gonna hurt me, you're out of my league, so that's why I ghosted you. Right? And so I came to IG, TikTok kept freezing. Well, hopefully it stopped freezing. Let me know if you guys are having issues. Believe them and where they at. Yeah, so like if they give you excuse, like I'm going through like a lot of issues in my like mental health, they'll use that. That's a huge excuse. Mental health is a huge excuse. So pay attention to that. Like any type of excuse, like if they're out of your league, or if you're out of their league, why are they trying to pursue you to begin with? Right? You know, like I would have been like, then why the fuck? Like if you already don't have the confidence to pursue somebody, like what are you doing it? Like you think you're gonna put this person through a whole like pity party just to like get them to go out with you? You know, like I don't understand where that comment came from. So definitely pay attention to that. And it could be that that's all he wants. That's why he's like, oh, you're out of my league, but we'll hook up. You know what I mean? Like we'll hook up. It's okay. We'll hook up, but you're out of my league. I'm just letting you know. Do you ever get updates when you give advice after the questions? So sometimes I do, because sometimes people are like, oh, I asked this. So here's what happened. Like when people send questions, like the anonymous ones, I don't know who sent them. When I answer questions that like were from the DM, by the time I get to the question, I already forgot who sent it, right? So I can't go back and be like, hey, made a video about your question. But it's usually when people respond. So also, do you guys remember the video that I did where it said, hey, like I went for my monthly massage and after my massage, I get a happy ending. And yes, I'm a girl. There's a part 2 coming out soon. She responded to my Jazzy, ¿cómo estás? To the question video. And she's like, there's so much more that happened. So it's like a 16 long minute clip that she sent me. And I'm going to post it on the subscriber page first. But first I got to see if it'll let me even post the 16-minute clip. But the story got crazy. Let's just say, like, you thought it was like, oh, it's just this happened. That story got wild. Swingers, recording, videos got uploaded to a website. Trust me, it got a little crazy. Good, I was waiting for that one. Hello, I love watching your TikToks. Gracias, Cindy. I appreciate you. I have a question if you can help. Absolutely. What's up, Joanna? If I see it, I'll answer it. How about how not to cheat? Hey, so my title is just to get your attention. We're not really learning how to cheat here. I love your videos. Julie, ¿cómo estás? Thank you. I appreciate you. Yeah, so that video is coming out on the subscriber page first on Instagram. It's like a 16 long minute video, and I had her record a voice memo because it's better it coming from the person. Yes, she asked me to change her voice, and so I only changed her voice. So it's her telling the story though. So it's not me reading it, it's her telling the story. So I'm excited for that one. I might have to text in Spanish because you can't say certain things on here, or just abbreviate it too. All right, let me get into the next one. How do you feel about sharing a wife? My husband says he wants to watch another man F me and me to go down on another guy, but it feels like a test. Well, I'm here to tell you that I don't think it's a test because there's some guys who are really into that. They love to see their girl get destroyed by another man. Is it for me? Absolutely the fuck not. Do some guys love it? Absolutely. There's guys out there who absolutely love that and want to see that. For example, Diddy. He loved to see other guys do stuff to Cassie, right? And like that turned him on. It turned him on seeing other guys do stuff to his girl. And there's plenty of other guys that are like that. Cuckold? Absolutely. That's what they're called. So should you do it? Only if you're comfortable. If you want to try something else. But here's the thing. What if you try something new? You open that Pandora's box. You try something else. And he does a way better job than your husband does. And now you no longer crave your husband. You crave this new dude because he knew what the fuck he was doing. Right? Because imagine like... That's why I feel I got asked to do that before. There was this girl, she sent me a message saying that they wanted me to, I think they called me a bull at the time. They wanted me to be the bull, right? And so her husband wanted to watch me and her do something while he watched. I'm not cool with that because I don't need an audience. That's not for me. And what happens if I do a better job than him, right? What if I smack her on the booty and then like I have to be like, is he cool that I hit her? Is he cool that I did this to her? Like, is he cool? Like, are we cool here? We good? Thumbs up, right? And then it would just be weird for him rubbing one out while I'm like over here doing stuff to his wife. Okay. Alicia, ¿cómo estás? Haven't seen you in a minute, girl. Me too. Wanted to be the wife. That part. He could still love her. You'd be surprised how much I have learned from your content. Thanks. Oh, absolutely. No, thank you guys. You guys teach me too. That happened to my friend and now she's divorced. The other guy was way bigger. See? Thank you, Court. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you open Pandora's box, just know you're risking a lot. It could go great. It could be like, oh, one-time thing. You guys have a great time. Maybe that happens. But it could also mean that, hey, you open that Pandora's box and then guess what? Now you liked what was in there, and now it's gonna be hard to close that box because you want to go back to your vanilla husband or you want to go to this dude who did a great job. Surprise. Hello, beautiful. What's up, Erica? ¿Cómo estás? Wow, for real, I haven't spoke to you in a minute. How are you? I'm doing great, girl. How are you been? Erica, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Gaslit his ass into letting her keep it, doing it again. Me too, wanted to be the wife. That part, it's like open cheating. Absolutely. That's why you got to be careful with that because you're really opening Pandora's box. When, yes, they're giving you the green light to do it, like saying like, hey, let's include another guy. I want to watch you be with another guy. But let's just say things could go bad. Marissa, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right, let me get into the next question. What does it mean when you link when someone but delete you after, then hits you up again? Is he into you or no? No. And you want to, since you're here asking me for my advice of what's going on, this is what I'm going to tell you. If he's hooking up with you and deleting you, that's because he's cheating on somebody else. There's no if he's single, there's no reason to delete you and then like re-add you and then hit you up again. There's no reason for that, right? Unless he's hiding something. And to me, it sounds like he's hiding you. He's cheating on his girl because, again, if he's single, he has no reason to block you or to delete you or to remove you, anything like that. Just keep you there, right? Hey, like, let's hook up again. But you guys meet up, he deletes you, then re-adds you, and then hits you up again. It's right there. Hold on, here you go. You see this? There you go, girl. That's what you get. Or that's what he gets. Huge red flag, okay? Probably cheating. Covering up for sure. He's probably married, serious relationship. Either you're a side piece or a sneaky link. He's hiding. Absolutely. See, everybody here is agreeing. Everybody here. Because that is not single behavior mannerisms. I would ask him myself why and confront that for sure as a lady. I mean, Vicky, you could confront him about it, but he's just gonna give you some BS excuse. Is he gonna like say, hey, I'm actually married, that's why I'm doing it? Is he gonna say that? Probably not. Either you're a side piece or sneaky link. Come on, ladies, open your eyes. I sent you my question on Instagram. Agreed, he's hiding something. He's just going to lie. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll try to get to it as soon as I can, Joanna. Thank you for asking a question, okay? I'm going to try to get to it, girl. But yes, that's what I think is happening there. I think he is hiding something. He would just deny it instead of FBI that shit. Absolutely. Yeah, and that's the thing too, is like, when you catch somebody cheating, like there's a question up ahead. I think I remember it because I was reading it while I was editing it. And it said something about cheating, and she caught him cheating, and he was like, "Oh, it was only that one time." People only admit to the one time you caught him. Say he cheated on you 4 times, and you caught him 1 time. He's only gonna admit to the 1 time. He's not gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, I cheated 3 more times with 3 other people or 2 other people," right? He's not gonna say that. He's only going to admit to what he got caught for. If he didn't get caught for the other stuff, he's not going to admit to it. I'll just tell you that right now. Angie, ¿cómo estás? How are you? All right. She knows the answer without even asking. True. But here's the thing. Like, I get it. Like, some of these questions are common sense, but there's something about asking somebody who has no interest in either party to get that reassurance. Because I remember I had a one-on-one session with this guy, and he's like, I already know the answer because he's like, my friends tell me this and this. He's like, I just want to know what you think about this. And I told him basically what I thought. Like, I have no interest in his story, her story, you know, like in either person. Ladies, explore your phone. So many ways people can hide stuff. Some people need a reassurance. Yeah, they just need that final push. You know, and especially somebody they don't, well, I mean, they know, but they don't know me, right? They know of me, and so they're like, well, yeah, but he doesn't know me personally, and he doesn't know her personally or him personally. What is he gonna think? And another beautiful thing that happens as people jump in the chats, like you guys are amazing, and you guys give your guys' 2 cents too. So like kind of like I'll bring up the question and then you guys are like, oh, we all agree on the same thing, right? And so now you have 10, 20 other people agreeing. So I love what you said about swallow. Say less, girl. They must be protected at all costs. Ali, ¿cómo estás? G-Man, virtual hug, beard hugs, absolutely. I think it's nice to have outsider opinions. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's get into the next question. My baby daddy says he doesn't want to be together anymore, not even hooking up, but he still tracks what I do and makes comments about if I'm dating. And we talk all the time. Is there any chance he wants to work it out? I'll tell you this right now. He's just keeping tabs on you. He's not trying to work it out. He tells you, oh, comments about you dating because he's trying to fish out to see if you're talking to somebody, who you're talking to. Guarantee you he's out trying to talk to a bunch of different girls, but he's like over because he's almost projecting on you. He's over here trying to talk to other girls, so he thinks that you're out here talking to other guys. So that's why he gives you those comments like, oh, you're dating, huh? Like, because he's trying to find out. Is there a chance? Absolutely not, girl, because he's trying to keep you there and keep tabs on you because he doesn't want anybody to be with you. You know, he wants to control you. Absolutely. He still wants to control you. He still wants you there. He doesn't want no other guy touching you. That's it. That's him. He's like, no, this is mine. No other guy's going to touch this, but I'm going to go around, mess around with other people. Okay. And so that's why I'm glad you sent the question, but do I think that he is trying to come back to you? No, absolutely not. Because if he did want to come back to you, he would have already been trying. You know, he would have already been trying to be with you like, hey, let's try to make this work out. You know, let's do this. Instead of accusing you of you dating other people and just keeping tabs on you. No, like he would be trying to put in effort, like trying to court you again, if that too, right? Trying to keep you as a backup. Absolutely. Exactly. Yeah, got to see him. So we're in agreement on that one. All right. Next question. How do you tell a guy you want to hook up more without him thinking you want a relationship with him? I mean, you just... So you're talking about a sneaky link or a friends with benefit, right? And if this person is giving you a hard time meeting up more, because it should be a simple like, hey, what are you doing this day? Hey, what do you like? We should meet, can we meet up a few more times? Like I got needs, you know. And if he doesn't want to, then there's other sneaky links you can find out there. They're gonna be like, hell yeah, you trying to meet up like 5 times a day, like week, like let's do it, right? Just be straight up about it, because you guys are just there to hook up. You guys already got through the awkward part, because you know how like, I mean, it's not hard, but sometimes it's kind of awkward or weird just letting this person know that, hey, like I'm just trying to hook up. You already got past that part, right? Now you just be like, hey, can we meet up a few more times? Like I got some needs, you know, or like you can like feed his ego a little bit and be like, yo, I love the way, like I need more of you. I've been craving more of you. Like that's all you need to be. And be like, oh shit, she wants more of this. I'll give her more of this, you know, kind of like, you know, boost his ego up a little bit, right? I mean, because you could do that as well. But just being straight up and asking, King Cairo here or Kai Hero, what's up, bro? I like that. Yeah, just like if you be like, oh yeah, like I need that D. It's great. I love it, right? Like big him up a little bit, boost his ego a little bit. He'd be like, you know what? Hell yeah, she needs this shit. Because all you have to do is ask for more. Asking for more is not saying, hey, let's be in a relationship, right? So I like the hat. Thank you. I appreciate you. Low Supply. It's got the little stones all over it. Got my little Rex pin. Shout out to Rugrats. If you know, you know. All right. And if he doesn't say that that's what he wants, then it doesn't know. Run. I've been thinking about it. LOL. I ran. Yeah, and if he doesn't give you more, find a different one. You know, there's plenty of guys out there. All right, next question. Tried to be intimate with a man twice. Both times he got soft as he entered me. I've been seeing him for a long time and like him more than usual. However, I also like S, intercourse specifically. He makes sure I finish, just not from S. Down the road, is this going to be an issue? Spoiler alert, yes it is. Because I get it. being good with your hands, being good with other stuff can only get you so far, depending on the person. There's some people who don't care, but there's some people like yourself who crave penetration. Clearly, you had to ask the question. So that just means that you're craving it already, and you're already at that point now. Imagine a couple years from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Like, I get it, it sucks, but that's just your body craves it, and you're gonna crave it more. So this is why you need to talk to him and be like, if he's having issues, there's plenty of things that he can do. I did a whole podcast episode with Bessel Beauty and Wellness, like sexual wellness. She talked about the different things that you can do, the services that she offers for ED people, like testosterone stuff, to check to make sure it's nice and dun, 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 you know what I mean? Like nice, right? There's plenty of things that they can do. You know, also had Veronica on the podcast, and she talked about like dealing with those type of issues as well. The thing is that guys don't want to go get checked. Guys don't want to go, they think it's an embarrassment. Trust me, it happens to a lot of guys, right? But the worst thing you can do is not anything. And since you're already craving that penetration, it's only going to get worse. Only going to get worse, okay? So if you're already craving it now, you're going to crave it even more later on, and it bleeds into everything else. It bleeds into just, like, you know when you get frustrated because maybe you haven't gotten some in a while, or when you get hangry, you get frustrated. It bleeds into the relationship because you're craving that so much, like it makes you upset over something. So Blue Chew 30 minutes before, see, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of things you can do. The worst thing you can do is not do anything. That's the worst thing he can do, because if he has problems with you, he's going to have problems with the next person and the next person and the next person. Some random girl's not going to come up and then fix your problem. You got to go fix that problem. So tell him what's up, bro. Exactly. Just go get yourself checked. That's it. They don't sit there and play with it. The only time they do something like that like if you guys watch the podcast episode with Bessel, Naomi, that's her name, the owner of the spa, the med spa, is that like the P shot, they do a shot on like the shaft and then around, you know, but that does like also fixes ED, and there's plenty of other stuff that fix it that don't have to go around that area, right? So there's plenty of things that you can do. It's just not doing anything. That's the worst thing you can do. It's not you, it's me. I'm sure some people would say that too, right? That's why I don't understand. Like if they're having issues with one person, it's just gonna keep happening to the next person. I don't know why men find it weird to ask if they've gotten checked. Like, I don't matter if you're not sleeping around. Oh, so like the whole getting checked thing, there's nothing wrong with asking somebody to get checked. Okay. And if you ask them to go get checked and it's a huge problem, red flag. That's all. That's your answer right there. Hold on. See this? You got your answer already. If they because somebody who doesn't like was like, oh yeah, I'm good, I'm clean and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'll go get checked for you. And especially if they like you too, they'll go and do it. But somebody who's not, like, is just looking to hook up, or maybe they don't even know, it's gonna be a problem. They're gonna get upset, you know, they're gonna get offended about it. So I'm gonna throw that flag again. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they don't want to go get checked, that's a red flag. That's your answer right there. Don't do it. Don't do it. And don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask. Crazy how so many guys have erectile issues and they're in their early 30s, late 30s. Here, my chorizo still works like in my 20s. Absolutely. See? And the thing is, too, it can be like what they're putting into their body, right? Or if they're on drugs. Like if they're on some like hardcore drugs, the shit stops working down there. Performance anxiety is a big thing. You know, especially with all the social media, girls are like, like the videos you've seen, like, I need it huge. And maybe they're not that huge. So they're already going in thinking that they're not going to please the person, and they already have issues, right? Diet is a huge thing. You know, if they're like severely overweight, it's an issue. It can affect down there. Trust me, I've been learning. I've been talking to people. I've been talking to people, nurses, and like all these people. That way I can give you guys the information. You know, because performance anxiety, hormonal issues, the stuff that we eat, right? The stuff that we eat is a huge thing. You know, like the stuff that you're putting in your body can affect you down there. So alcohol abuse can cause eating. Absolutely. Alcohol and a lot of drugs can. So like the dolphin dandruff. Absolutely. Drink a lot of water and fruits and seafood and diet. Yeah, absolutely. Just cleaning up your diet will help a lot. And if cleaning up your diet was not the issue, then it's something else. And then that's why we get checked, right? Excuse me, get checked on everything. Absolutely. I went and got a physical done not too long ago. There's some things that I didn't know that I was like, that I needed to work on, because the doctor's like, hey, like this is a little high, like let's fix this. And I thought, I feel fine, right? But then they tell you, hey, like we need to work on this. And I'm like, oh shit. Like if you listen to the podcast, you guys know I haven't really talked about it here, but not that long ago, I went to go get checked, and I'm having a thyroid issue again, right? And so that's what's been causing me like low energy, struggling to like cut weight, even though like my diet has been like pretty decent, working out 6 days a week, right? The weight loss has been like really slow, but that's why we go get checked. I went to go get my thyroid checked, and I'm struggling in the thyroid area. So, but I would have never known like if you didn't go get checked. That's why don't be afraid to go get checked, because if you want that good quality of life, sometimes you got to go and like see what's going on. Okay. Yes, it does. Performance. All right, let's get into the next question. I've been with my man for over 20 years. He has a big one, but comes fast all the time. He never gives me attention or affection. I'm so emotionally drained by him. I don't know what else to do. Make him want me. He makes me feel so unwanted and desirable. Lately, I found he buys content and denies it to the fullest. See, I'm hoping that you told him exactly what you just told me. I'm hoping that you told him exactly how it makes you feel, and that it's putting you through that, because that should be a conversation that you have with him first and foremost. Now, if it is a conversation you had with your person and he doesn't want to get it fixed, or like fix that issue, he's getting it through the online stuff. Like clearly he's buying content, and if at one point you have to put an ultimatum down, because he's just going to continue. You tell him you want this, he doesn't do it, you still stick around. You tell him not to do this, he still does it, you still stick around. So now what you're showing is that it's okay that he doesn't do all these things, because you're still going to stick around. At one point you got to be like, all right, if you don't change this, or these behaviors do not change, it's going to be a bigger problem, and you might not see me around much more after that. Right? Because again, maybe you think it's just the online videos. What if he's messing around with somebody else, right? Because he might be getting it somewhere else too, because clearly he's getting, like, he has that desire to see it if he's paying for online content, right? So what makes you think that maybe he's not getting attracted to somebody else? And you shouldn't have to go through that either. Like, you said that you're been together for a while and you feel so emotionally drained. You shouldn't be living like that. Like, that should not be an issue. Like, hold on, is it going slow over here? On my thing, it looks like it's going a little slow. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like it's lagging a little bit on TikTok. IG looks fine, but TikTok looks like it's struggling a little bit. Yes. Hold on. Let me see if we'll give it a sec to see if it switches up. All right, hold on. I think if she wants what she's doing, everything, but not what he feels, need to get it online. Hold on. Well, I think Instagram froze. Because everything, what's it called? TikTok is going good. Hold on. Can you guys still hear me on Instagram? Just want to make sure you guys could still hear me and see me on Instagram. There is a little delay. It's good now. Yeah, see, I saw TikTok got fixed. TikTok is good. All right, cool. What about IG? You guys good over there? Hello. Because it looks on my screen that it's frozen over there. It froze. Yeah, that's so weird. Hold on. Let me start IG over real quick. All good here now. Yeah, absolutely. So if he can buy stuff online, that's just like it's almost like messaging somebody right away, right? Like, or liking, commenting. It's opening the door to that next step, and that next step could be cheating, right? The next step could be cheating. So that's why I'm saying he's buying online content. What makes you think that he's not messaging people for free? Love Umba, what's up, girl? You know, what makes you think that I got kicked? Yeah, I restarted it real quick. I don't know why it even froze on my screen, which was really weird. That never really happens. Me too. So again, if they can buy online content, what makes you think that they won't message somebody for free? Just saying. Toxic Lizzie, thank you for the gifts, girl. Love the relationship that you have with your wife. It's so beautiful. What? Love the relationship that you have with your wife. It's so beautiful. I mean, are you talking about somebody else? Because your boy ain't married. So definitely not me. Exactly. Very true. Let me see exactly. All right, hold on. I'm going to get into the next question now. Sorry, I had to restart IG. I don't know. I'll be your wife. I had to restart IG. I don't know why it was messing up. So let's get into the next question. I've hooked up with my boss here and there, but he always plays hard to get. I don't know if he really finds me attractive or what he gives me mixed emotions. What do I, girl? Who wants to tell her? Who wants to tell her? He's just there to get some cookie. That's all he's there for. You know, and especially you said your boss. Like, do you know if he's not married or has a girlfriend in some sort of other relationship? Because if the cookie is available, then guess what? He gonna take some, right? And what makes you think that you're not the first employee to give up the cookie, right? He could just be cycling through the different employees. That's definitely a red flag. Like, if you're looking for a relationship, clearly he's not looking for a relationship. He's just looking for a quick hookup, you know. And since you're an employee and he's the boss, sometimes, I'm not saying everybody does. Sometimes people are like, oh, like, that's the boss. He's into me. Like, it's going to be life changing for me. You know what I mean? Like, there's people like that. That's why, like, some of these young girls try to find like billionaires and millionaires. You know what I mean? So some people also have that same mentality with like the boss, right? A person in power. So, yeah, he's definitely not into you. He's just there for the cookie. And he's, which you shouldn't have gave it up to him, because if you stop, he might be like, all right, she's done here. Let's find somebody else that is going to give the cookie to me. So, again, that's why you don't shit where you eat. Absolutely. I know a lot of people have been saying that on here. Don't shit where you eat. All right. What would cause a guy to go soft while in you? Is he cheating or not attracted anymore? We've been together 8 years and it just started happening. See, and I'm glad you just noticed it, because if it's been fine before, it's not an issue, or it wasn't an issue before. What happens is that the older people get, people go through issues, right? Like, things happen. Maybe his diet changed, maybe, and things like that. To me, it kind of sounds like he may be developing some ED, right? And if he is, because that's not, if you're able to get him hard, he was turned on. It's just he's struggling somewhere else, and that's why it goes soft. And it can happen while it's in you. Like, for those that don't know, yes, it absolutely can happen while it's in you. So, but the thing is that he needs to go get checked. Like, bottom line, plain and simple, he needs to go get checked, because there's probably something else going on there, right? And had that happen, see, some other people have had that happen, and they need to go get fixed. And if you listen to the podcast I did with Noemi, she talks about how to bring some of these things up without being like so confrontational, like an easier way to do it, you know, like a safe space kind of type of vibe if you would listen to the podcast, because it's not an easy conversation to have with your partner, because if he's struggling down there, it's probably already like messing with him. Does that make sense? So if you bring it up, it might push him. That's why some people might get upset about it, or be like, they'll be like, nothing's wrong with me, right? So like that's why there's certain things that like ways you can bring it up. But even if you bring it up in the most perfect way, they still might get upset. But the worst thing that they can do, I mean, one of the things that she said that you could do is like send her or send him videos of other people talking about this shit. Fuck him, send him that podcast I just did with him. And there's tons of guys who go through issues, right? And it's normal. It's not just like a one person like type of thing, right? And so that's why, like, if you send him that podcast and have like listen to it with him, be like, hey, like this happens, and it happens the older you get in life too. Like that just happens. We get older, shit fucking happens, right? But the worst thing that he can do is nothing, you know, or assume that it's gonna be fixed over time. Because I know, I think somebody here just messaged, who was it? Romero. He said, dude was probably nervous, too much in his head. See, like the reason I say it's not that, it's because they've been together for 8 years, right? Fuck, why does it keep freezing? Like IG just froze again. Do I have something fucking hooked up wrong? I don't know why it keeps freezing. Fucking shit. Hold on. Let me restart IG real quick. It could be stress on top of it all. So here's the thing. Wait, I'm lost. What kind of conversation is? Oh, we're talking about ED right now. That was the question. So the reason I think it's not like in his head type of thing is because they've been together for 8 years. Maybe, yeah, he's going through some like stress, some issues or something like that. But again, if it just recently started happening, if it's hard and then it goes limp, there's a problem, right? Like, and it's not you. It's absolutely not you. So if if they were able to get it hard, they were already turned on. Something is going on afterwards that, like, maybe there's not enough blood flow, so it could be hormones that it's messing up. There's not enough blood flow going down there, so it's not being able to stay hard. So that's why. Or maybe he just recently got into some, new medications. Like, has he started taking new medications? Because there's some medications that mess up how things work down there, right? So again, is it some like new medication type of thing? Did he jump on something new? And so maybe now that's affecting him down there. So due to stress with all the inflation, I don't blame him. I mean, it could be that too. Like, again, this is why you talk to your partner. Don't just assume that is going to fix over a period of time, right? Oh dang, didn't hear the A part. Yeah, see, like that was like why I was like, oh, I don't think it was in his head about it, because they've been together for 8 years, right? They were together for 8 years. He would still get hard, but then after a little bit, it would go soft, right? So that's why I'm thinking maybe he's developing some sort of like ED, because if you're able to get hard and then it goes soft, it could be leaning more towards like hormone issues or something like that. But again, I'm no doctor. That's why you got to go get checked by a doctor, because then they're going to be able to figure it out. Because sometimes, like, we can talk about, oh, it's probably this, but it's actually something else. That's what Noemi talked about. Like, that's why you need to go in, have a consultation. And most doctors or most places now even do virtual consultations. So if you're too embarrassed to actually go to the office, just have a virtual conversation. Wear a hat, wear some glasses, so you like, or something like that. You know, yes, it gets me out too. Keeps freezing. I don't know why. It's only IG. IG keeps freezing. It's actually making me. I think something's going on with IG, because TikTok hasn't had any issues. It's only been IG. So I don't know. Again, I don't know. All right, refresh the app. All right, let me get into the next question. Can you please keep me anonymous? Yes, ma'am. My husband actually follows. We have been married for 17 years and together 21. We first got together. I told him that I wanted a 3-way, I was into a girl. When we were BF girlfriend, I tried a couple of times with some of my friends, but none. Oh, wait, I already answered this one. I don't know how. I think it was already on the memory card, but we'll answer it again. if girls aren't into, you can't force people to be attracted to your man, right? And here's the thing too. So I also did a podcast episode with Elias, which is we talked about the throuple situation. So his wife is bi. He's obviously he's straight, like he loves his wife. His wife is bi, and so she has those needs and wants to be like with a woman too. So they started dating other women, and the thing that sucks is like, well, the thing that they were struggling with is that most of the girls that they mess around with are straight, and so they mainly want the guy, not so much the girl. And so maybe the girls that you guys are messing with are only into girls and they really don't want to mess around with your man, or your man is like I said, not very attractive. And like you can't force attraction there, you know what I mean? So maybe, I don't know, choosing different girls, but that's a whole sticky situation. That's why, like, I'm glad I did that podcast. So, because he even talks about how thruples are difficult to be in, because a thruple is different than poly. Poly, it's a guy dating separate girls, right? Like, yeah, a guy can have like 3 girlfriends, but he's dating her, and he's dating her. They're not dating each other. Like, the girls aren't dating each other. In a throuple, they're all dating each other. They're sleeping with each other. They're doing everything with each other, right? And so that's why it makes it different. So now he has to build relationships with 2 different girls instead of just one. It's already like, ladies, if you struggle having one man, imagine having dealing with one man's emotions and then a girl's emotions too at the same time. Like, now you have to, he's like, people only see the fun part out of it, but they don't actually see that it's actually pretty hard, because now you have to, give attention to 2 different people. And relationship type of attention, not just like, oh, hooking up with this person. No, you have to hang out with this person, you have to talk to this person, you have to get to know this person, and then she has to, his wife has to get to know her and talk to her, and then in the beginning they were going through like different emotions. Maybe other people connect differently. That was another thing that we talked about, because one of the first girls that they brought into this and into their throuple situation, he started getting a lot of feelings for her, and then the wife didn't, so when they had to separate, he went through like a bigger heartbreak than what she did, right? So some guys can't handle multiple, and when they get caught, they get mad. That's the cheating side of it though. All right, let's get into the next question. I notice my man twitches when I kiss him in certain areas near his when I go down on him. Now, that could also be because, just like you ladies, we are super sensitive down there. And if he's twitching, it might be feeling great. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as just don't bite it, right? Because I remember I made that video. Biting is not the way to go. Biting hurts. But if you're like going down and messing around, like obviously some places down there, like you ladies, we get super sensitive. And maybe it feels a certain type of way. Or maybe he hasn't gotten that type of like dome from a person, so he's just like, why does it, like, this feels different, right? Bell's Beauty, I like biting. Hey, chill out, girl. No biting down there. So again, as long as they're liking it, that's all that matters. Unless he's said anything about it, then just keep doing what you're doing, girl. There's nothing wrong. Or maybe, I mean, depends on the person, because that could also mean that maybe it's hurting him, but I feel like if it were to hurt him, he would say something, if that makes sense. All right, next question. Is it bad if a woman like to eat booty? LOL, asking for a friend. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You are a super freak. She's super freaky. But no, there's nothing wrong with you enjoying that. Just because other people don't enjoy it, doesn't mean you can't enjoy it, right? Would I ever eat booty? No. Do I want my booty eaten? No. Am I saying it other people shouldn't do it? No. You know, just because I don't like it doesn't mean you don't love it. And if you love eating a man's booty, go for it, girl. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, some people will be like, oh, I would never. Okay, they would never. But you do it, girl. As long as you guys are happy and enjoying your spicy time, your intimate time, do your thing, girl. That's all you gotta do. Don't worry about anybody else, right? Just don't catch pink eye, right? Just make sure it's nice and clean, because imagine getting pink eye the first time you do it. You go down there and then the next day your eyes all fucking swollen shut and shit. We don't want that. Or like, tell them to keep it clean too, because I think the worst part would be like catching like a dingleberry, right? Like they didn't wipe properly, and so like there's still like toilet paper in there or something along those lines. You know, you don't want to get a mouthful of toilet paper, right? Like that would just be weird. All right, next question. So how do I go about the guy I'm seeing? He's small in size but knows how to go down and make me feel good. Should size matter? Now, this is not a question for other people. This is a question for yourself. Like, you should be asking yourself, does size matter to you? Because there's some people who, like, I did the whole podcast episode on it, link in the bio, that just the way you treat them, it makes your 2-inch or whatever it is, feel bigger, right? It makes it feel bigger. But if you're somebody who craves like that bigger person, it's gonna be a problem later on. So it's not whether other people think it's right or wrong, right? Or what size is the most accurate. It's what you need. You have to think about yourself. How much of that do you need, right? Like, do you need somebody who's bigger because you like to feel a lot more? Or can you get by with just him being great with his mouth, great with his hands? You know, maybe everything else is great, right? He's a great partner, great person, treats you amazing, right? Sometimes you can't have it all. Like, it just happens. You can't have it all. But if it's something that you actually do need and you've been craving, then this guy's not going to satisfy you. Because, again, spoiler alert, it doesn't grow. It's done. It's it. No more. Okay? No more. Now, if you want to add a few, like a couple inches, a little bit of girth and stuff like that, that's why I did the podcast with Naomi at Best of Wellness and Beauty, because guess what? There's some procedures that actually will make it a little thicker and a little longer, you know, and then a lot harder. So again, there's things that you can do to enhance it just a little bit, but if you really crave the size, like that, then you're only going to be able to answer that. Like, what is it that you crave? Like, what is it that you need? Because if it's something bigger, like I said, spoiler alert, it's not going to grow. You're stuck with whatever he got, you know, and it sucks because guys don't get to choose. You know what I mean? It's not like we're being made and be like, hey, yo, is that a 2-incher? Yo, give me that one. You know, hell yeah, this one right here. Yeah, I don't need that 8, 9. Hell no, this one, the 2. Give me the 2. So again, guys with small D's usually can eat the kitty good. They got to compensate somehow. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they suck all around. You know, so hopefully you don't get one that sucks all around, because that'd be shitty, to be honest. All right, next question. So I'm messing around with someone and we was in a job, at work probably, at a job party, and he called me babe in front of everyone. Why would you think he got? Maybe it just slipped. Maybe he didn't want to seem like he brought a friend to work. That can also be a thing. Because, like, I'm thinking it might have slipped, or maybe he's embarrassed that he, see, this one's difficult because here's the reason why I say embarrassed, right? I remember a while back ago, I got invited to a Christmas party, and they're like, hey, do you want to be my plus one? Come eat some food. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll go eat some food. Right? And I knew the place that we were going to because I knew they were going to have some good food, great prizes and shit. And I was just there to have a good time, right? Later on, I found out it was because like she didn't want to come off as being single. And I'm like, so you tricked me? You bamboozled me? I mean, I didn't really fucking care. I got free food and I got prizes. Like, I don't care. But again, it could be that they don't want to seem like, oh, they're just like single, right? So they want to, oh, you know, this is my babe right here. Or if he got a little bit of alcohol in his system too, he could just been like, hey, yo, hey, babe. Because maybe he forgot your name. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. Cindy says, I call people babe all the time. Same. You know, he I mean, not same as I say that, but it could be that as well. Like, they could just be saying babe. So again, I'm leaning more towards he got maybe a little bit of alcohol in the system and stuff like that. And then it just came out. That's what it came out. Hey babe, what's up, babe? Me and my friend are fighting for you. Oh shit, send a video. I want to see you guys throw down. Put the gloves on. She shared your live and now I follow you. I want to see the gloves on and I want to see a video. Okay, bah, 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 bah. You know, throwing hands. Bobby, if she asked you if you could be her pretending to be able babe for the night, hey, like, I would just, I'm a man of the people. She's like, do you want to go to the Christmas party? Do you want to be my plus one, get some free food, talk to people, win some prizes? And I was like, hell yeah. But then later on, I found out I was freaking bamboozled, okay? She's lucky it was good food, and she's lucky I won stuff. Or else I would have been pretty upset. Probably not really, but I would have just been like, all right, whatever. Like, I mean, if we were gonna go into this faking, I would have sold the shit out. Like, all you gotta tell me is I would have sold the shit out of this. You know, like, I would have sold the shit out of it. I would have made, like, I would have came in being the perfect man. I'd have been, my lady, my queen, the coat. Oh, no, I got it, girl. Let me go get it. Oh, another drink. Waiter, refill. Trust me, I would have sold the shit out of it. Okay, but you didn't tell me, so I couldn't do that for you. So, you know, I know how to play the part. Like, I know how to play the part. If we're in there just joking around, and like, if she's like, hey, just act like my man, I'd be like, I got you, girl. Say less. I got this event coming. Sell it by, oh, we selling it like crazy, right? You should rent out your services. You know, I did the post too, and it's funny because I did the post joking around like, oh, I'll be your Valentine's Day or your Christmas date and stuff like that. And then people are like, it's funny when they message you kind of like joking around, but they're being serious. They're like, oh, that's so funny if you would really do it. And then they're like, but would you? And I'm like, oh, someone's got a little curious. All right, we're going to do one more question because your boy got to go to the gym. The holidays are coming up. All right, hold on. Let me go into this one right here. All right, when I'm effing and the S is mid, I got to think or my toxic ex to get off. That is some like, I mean, that's some toxic vibes to begin with. But I think that's more of this person is not fulfilling you, that you have to think of somebody else. Like, if this person is not satisfying you, why are you messing around with them? Like, if you literally have to start thinking of somebody else. Like, imagine how that would suck. So you didn't understand the question. So when she's being intimate, she has to think, like, and the S is not great. She has to think of a past relationship or an ex to get her to that point to finish. And like, that just sucks for the guy because he's probably thinking that he's destroying it, right? But if you don't like how he's being intimate with you, why not just find somebody else, right? Like, why are you with somebody that doesn't match your intimacy, right? I would not want to be with somebody that, like, doesn't fulfill me in that way. Like, you literally have to get to the point where you have to think of somebody else to finish. How would you, like, let's flip it on her. How would you feel if your man had to think of another girl in order for him to finish? How would you feel? You know, I'm sure she would get upset or she would feel a type of way about it. She'd be like, whoa, she can't even think of me. A guy's gonna feel the same way too. But clearly, if you have to get to that point where you have to think of somebody else to finish, this person does not satisfy you like you need to be satisfied. So why are you with this person? Because intimacy, I don't care whatever anybody says, intimacy is a huge part of the relationship. Okay, because if the intimacy sucks, the relationship eventually is gonna suck. I'll tell you that right now. Like if the intimacy is vanilla, trust me, later on it's gonna suck. You're gonna get tired of vanilla. That's why you need to know, like the first time you start hooking up with your partner, this is when you see, hey, is this person gonna be able to, like, are they freaks or not? Like, are they willing to learn stuff, try stuff? Because if they're not, if they're vanilla and they stay vanilla, trust me, 5 years down the road, you're gonna be like, I can't believe I'm still with this fucking vanilla ass having all these flavors at Baskin Robbins and all I get is vanilla. No sprinkles, no caramel, no nothing, no toppings, just straight vanilla. He only likes one position and then that's it. He closes his eyes even. So that's why you need to check in the beginning to see if you guys even connect on that level. If you guys even have that same type of like spiciness, intimacy, because I'll tell you again, like if it's a problem in the beginning and he's not willing to learn or she's not willing to learn or do different things, is going to be such a big problem later on. And to the point where you guys just might separate. But in the beginning, this is where you guys need to pay attention to these things. You know, just like you pay attention to red flags, boundaries, like how they are as a person, how are they being intimate? Because again, if they suck being intimate, trust me, it's only going to get worse 5 years down the road. And it's going to be harder to say something 5 years down the road. Because if you let them give you 4 years of just whatever intimacy, year 5, they're going to be like, I gave you 4 years of this and now you're complaining? Now it's a problem? Now it's an issue, right? Because I'm sure a lot of people have heard that. Like, that's why, like, when ladies, especially if you have an issue with your partner, or even fellas, you bring that shit up right away, because bringing it up year down the road, 6 months down the road, they're gonna be like, I've been doing it this whole time and now it's a problem? Like, why is it a problem now? It wasn't a problem like 6 months ago. So that's why you got to bring it up right away. And if they're not willing to change, then guess what? This person might not be for you. Okay, and there's nothing wrong. It just, some people are not compatible like that, and that shit happens, right? Shit happens. But I would rather be with somebody that I'm compatible with than somebody, because I've been there when I was with somebody who didn't like to go down. Worst mistake ever. Because at the time she's a good-looking woman, and I was like, oh, you know what? It's not gonna be a problem. It's all right. I'm using the excuse already. She's good-looking. That's why, like, I'll write it off. Yes. And that's why I'm saying, like, I've been there. Like, I wrote it. I was like, yeah, she's good looking. No, it's fine. I don't need her to go down. But then later on, I was just like, why? Like, I need it. I want it. I was like a crack fiend. I was just like, you know, because, like, to me, it's part of being intimate, you know. And then when that portion doesn't get fulfilled, trust me, you start craving that shit. And you're just like, why doesn't she want to do it? You know, like, this shit, I need this shit. So... and that's what I'm saying. You need to pay attention to people's intimacy right away, because if it's not up to par when you guys first start hooking up, and if they're not willing to learn, better make that decision. Like, if this is something you want to be with, okay? I'm scared if that, when I finally meet this guy in December, cheeses, huh? If you finally meet this guy in December, sorry, Poppy, you didn't have my goatness for going down. Facts. What's up, Maria? I need to find a spicy Latino in Tucson. They're all taken. I mean, I've heard of some guys cheating out in Tucson, so like maybe there's one of. I'm just joking. I don't know people in Tucson. I don't think so. I'm over here trying to cause fights on purpose. Yeah, what if I don't like it? See, Monse, that's a risk we have to take, because the only way you're gonna know if it's good is if you try it, because they can hype up their game. Any girl, any guy can hype up their game. They can be like, yo, this puss, you know, is crazy. This cat is crazy, you know. And even guys, they'd be like, yo, I'm gonna straight destroy it, right? This thing coming with the thunder, so you better watch out. And then he shows up 3 pumps and he's out, knocked the fuck out next to you. He even starts farting and shit in his sleep. So that's why I'm saying, like, just don't pay attention to the talk and pay attention to what happens when you guys are intimate. And you'll know too, right? Monse, like, you'll get the vibes right away. Meaning, like, are you guys connecting when you guys first meet? Like, how is the date going? Pay attention to the date, because if the date is awkward, hooking up is gonna be awkward. I'll tell you that. you know. But if the date is flowing good, the conversation is great, you guys are vibing, it might be good, right? So, but there's only one way to find out, because again, there's people who hype it up, and then you'll get super disappointed because they'll say they're coming with the thunder, and it was just a weak ass spark. And that's all it was. 3 pumps, and they were done. And then they have the nerve to ask you, did you finish? No, fam. 3 pumps? Jesus Christ. But anyways, I'm gonna hop off. Thank you guys for joining. Thursday we're gonna go live again. You guys asked I think it's like total of 102 questions. So trust me, we got some questions to answer. So if you ask a question, just don't worry, it's coming. So Thursday, make sure you guys tune in 7 p.m. I think it's now Mountain Standard Time, because it's currently 8:15 here. So 7 p.m. my time. Okay, 7 p.m. my time. And if you guys missed this live and you think I answered your question already, this live will be on YouTube tomorrow, so you guys can rewatch it. And also go check out today's podcast episode. So if you're thinking about moving in or want the signs, if you're ready to move in, signs you shouldn't be moving in, and things that you guys should talk about like when you guys move in, that podcast just came out today. It's already doing great. So if that's something that's around what you're going through at the moment, then guess what? That's a perfect podcast. 10:15 here. So it would be an hour ago. That's when we go live. See, 7:15 with Bell's Beauty, 10:15 with Jenny. So it's 8:15 right here, 8:16 now. So wherever you guys are at, just make sure 7 p.m. we're gonna go live again. And thank you guys for everybody who continues to join and also have conversations with your boys. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. Make sure se la lavan. Go get a workout in. Go clap them cheeks. Do something. Okay.